one, Mike. Nice one.
Boom, 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 boom. Boom.
Okay.
You move in. Boom. Almost like the overhand. Boom. Your hands out here, your hands out. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, because I'm right here. Boom, boom, boom. Boom.
Mike Tyson has just shared terrifying new training footage using speed bags and pads, getting ready for his upcoming fight with Jake Paul. Meanwhile, Jake Paul has just assured fans that his fight with Tyson is still going ahead. Speculation started swirling across the internet, suggesting that the anticipated bout was called off, following reports of Iron Mike encountering a mid-flight medical incident while en route from Miami to Los Angeles this past Sunday. Paul maintains that such allegations are baseless and that their battle would still proceed according to schedule. He said, "You love to make it up before knowing the facts. For clicks, likes, nothing changed." According to Tyson's representatives, the health scare occurred when he became nauseous and dizzy due to an ulcer flare-up 30 minutes before landing. According to a traveler interviewed by In Touch magazine, upon their arrival at LAX airport, they experienced a delay of 25 minutes in disembarking, while paramedics attended to Tyson. The eyewitness said Mike had some kind of medical emergency on the plane, and paramedics boarded. Before the paramedics arrived, the flight issued an announcement asking for a doctor. The message even came on everyone's screens. Fortunately, Tyson's spokesperson has now verified that the ex-undisputed heavyweight champion has fully recuperated and is doing great. We know that it has been officially confirmed that Paul versus Tyson will be a professional fight. Despite the considerable 3-decade age disparity between them, the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation has officially approved the intergenerational showdown under its jurisdiction. Meanwhile, Mike Tyson has spoken for the first time since his recent health scare. He said, "Now feeling 100% even though I don't need to be, to beat Jake Paul." Ryan Garcia, a super lightweight contender, has offered to take Tyson's place if the boxing star is unable to fight, for whatever reason. Garcia posted on X that he'd be willing to face Paul if Tyson can't fight, saying, "If Mike can't fight, I'll sub in." He also sent Paul a message reading, "If you are down to fight, if Mike can't do it, let me know, I will fill in." Paul quickly responded to the offer and played down a potential fight. "Everyone is trying to do everything they can to hurt this fight and attack me. You should know about that." However, Mike Tyson's latest confirmation and his recent training videos suggest that he is going to fight Paul. Moreover, he looks in good shape as he aims to knock out his rival. In addition, fighters like David Benavidez have been troubled by a certain issue which can detract from the event's attraction to audiences. While Benavidez acknowledged Tyson's formidable fighting spirit, he couldn't help but harbor reservations about the impact of Tyson's advancing years.
The only thing that worries me is Mike Tyson's age.
Yeah.
But Mike Tyson is always going to be a fighter at heart. You know what I mean? So it's really just how he prepares. And it's going to be a good fight, bro. Jake Paul, I think he knows that. I mean, it's Mike Tyson, you got to get ready, so.
Yeah.
Delving deeper, the WBC super middleweight contender stressed the pivotal role of Tyson's preparation in shaping the fight's result. Furthermore, he underscored the imperative for Paul to approach the ring fully equipped to take on Tyson.
We'll see how it turns out, but hopefully it's not, nothing too crazy.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Because Mike is 60, bro.
That's the only thing that worries me, bro.
Yeah.
But like I said, if Mike goes on there and gives Jake a good fight, we're not going to be surprised. You know what I mean?
Mike?
Nevertheless, he expressed his willingness to entertain the notion of Tyson putting on a fiery display, which could pose a challenge for Paul. If Tyson does indeed present a strong performance, Benavidez assured that he would be prepared for any surprises that might come his way.
But, you know what I mean? But, I mean, I think it's going to be good, bro. Mike, he's like I said, he's a world champion. He's a fighter at heart, you know what I mean? So I think it's going to be a good fight.
Do you like these type of fights, like the influencer or just the, I don't know what to call it, influencer, but just, the fights that's not real boxers in that way? Like, do you like that?
You know what, bro? I don't hate on them. I used to not like them back then, but now that I see that, you got these influencers, you got these other people, they're actually showing commitment. They're showing their passion for boxing.
I think Jake.
And at the end, yeah, just like Jake.
Despite Tyson's seasoned experience, the prevailing sentiment among observers hasn't favored Paul for triumph at AT&T Stadium. Nonetheless, Paul asserts that the bout stands on equal footing, labeling it a toss-up. He then elaborated on the variables that might tilt the scales in his direction. Paul said on his podcast, "It's very 50-50, but to the people who don't think I'm going to win, it's like I'm younger, faster, sharper, and can hit at the same levels that he can, and be able to take his punches." When Tyson goes up against Paul, it's still unclear how much, if at all, his advanced age will affect his stamina, quickness, and decreasing strength. Contemplating the enduring impact of the legendary Iron Mike, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. firmly believes Tyson would prevail in a fair bout against Jake Paul. Sharing his unreserved perspective on the eagerly awaited exhibition clash involving Tyson and Paul, Chavez Jr. offers a clear-cut prediction. Chavez Jr. said, "If it was a real fight, Mike Tyson with one punch put Jake Paul to sleep." There's hardly any space for doubt about his opinion on the YouTuber's chances of defeating the legendary heavyweight. It appears as though Chavez Jr. is mocking the credibility of the format, implying that this fight wouldn't even be fair. Chavez Jr.'s positioning hints at a prolonged bout, raising the possibility of a decision victory for one of the contenders, as the expected level of competition in the match is not particularly high. Speculation abounds regarding Chavez Jr.'s perspective on the Paul-Tyson showdown, with doubts cast on its authenticity as a genuine bout. Mike Tyson has stepped forward to address the swirling questions enveloping this intriguing event slated for Netflix. However, in a surprising turn of events, Tyson emphatically asserted on Fox News that this is indeed an authentic fight, catching many off guard with his declaration.
This is called an exhibition. But if you look up exhibition, you will not see any of the laws that we're fighting under. This is a fight.
Breaking from tradition in every aspect, this face-off promises to stray far from the usual exhibition norms, ensuring an unrestricted display of skill, as highlighted by the 57-year-old icon himself. Yet, it would be unwise to discount Tyson's abilities, despite the age marker on his birth certificate. Mike Tyson boldly rejects any suggestion of his prime being behind him, scoffing at the notion that his 27-year-old adversary could outmatch him in speed or strength.
I don't think he's faster than me.
Right. How hard are you training?
I train every day.
Excitement crackles in the air, swirling around every corner. It's as if the world itself is holding its breath, eagerly anticipating the clash between Tyson and Paul. For Logan Paul, this match holds profound personal stakes. With his younger brother's fate and perhaps his very safety on the line, the latest installment of Impulsive delves deeply into the looming showdown. Teamed up with co-host Mike Malak and featuring a special appearance by Paul Michael Levesque, renowned in wrestling circles as Triple H, they delve deep into the event's intricacies. Inquiring about the Jake Paul Tyson fight, Malak probed Triple H for his insights. Responding cautiously, Triple H admitted uncertainty regarding the bout. Despite glimpsing sparring and training footage of the contenders, he grappled with the challenge of discerning the freshness of the clips.
Can I get your thoughts on Jake Paul Tyson as a fight as opposed to a program on Netflix? What happens, dude?
Yeah, you know, this is one of those things where, just for me, my just own personal opinion of how I feel about it, like, I don't know, like, can he do this? I see clips of him fighting, but I don't know, you know, or sparring or doing mitts or whatever, and I don't know when that's from. I don't know if that's brand new. I don't know, you know.
Logan Paul made an intriguing comparison, likening Tyson to the revered Jedi Master Yoda from the Star Wars saga. According to him, Yoda's agility and spontaneity are unmatched, yet when it comes to combat, one can't simply emulate Yoda's prowess. However, Malak interjected, gently reminding Logan that Yoda's character is purely fictional. Following this, the co-host of Impulsive emphasized the critical importance of the sparring footage showcasing Mike Tyson, hinting at its potential as the latest material available. If this claim were to be confirmed, it stirs a profound unease within him, resonating with his core. Malak expressed his adamant reluctance to ever confront Tyson. Triple H observed Tyson's striking power akin to a force of nature and praised Jake's adeptness at maintaining distance.
They're saying the sparring footage is recent.
I'm sure.
Yeah. I don't know if it is, but that's what I'm saying. And when you watch that sparring footage, I'm scared. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see him at all.
Looks like he can hit like a tank.
Yeah.
And your brother's really good at keeping people outside.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, he's going to be sparring guys who fight like Mike as well. I saw the same footage you saw, and I think that everyone has seen, because it gets 60 million views a pop on IG. And like,
reflecting on Tyson's most recent interview, Mike Malak highlighted Tyson's acknowledgement of feeling nervous. Despite Logan Paul's focus on challenging a younger, more powerful boxer, Malak emphasized that Iron Mike reigns supreme, unparalleled, and occupies a league entirely his own.
Well, did you see Tyson's little interview that he did 2 days ago?
He's invincible.
He correct. But here's the thing, he actually is. Like, he's not just saying, like, he when he says that, he actually is invincible. Like he the way he described it, and I didn't expect this from him, like, he said he's nervous, right? He's nervous to get in there. Like,
I mean, you got a young, hungry demon.
Triple H pondered the daunting prospect. What if the vintage Mike Tyson emerges? Even for a fleeting 5-minute window. He mused that Tyson's presence, even for mere seconds, could prove insurmountable. Expressing doubt about Jake's plan, he speculated about the possibility of evasive tactics, suggesting a strategy of endurance, enduring Tyson's onslaught until fatigue sets in.
If the old Mike Tyson shows up for 5 minutes, like, how do you get past that?
Right.
Right? He doesn't need to be there for the whole fight. Just needs to be there for 5 minutes.
For 5 seconds.
Yeah. I don't know. I hear your strategy and I see your strategy. I don't know that I wouldn't just run for 2 or 3 rounds and hope that he gets tired.
Despite worries about his age, WWE's creative director lauded Paul and Tyson for their scuffle. Triple H expressed concern for the ex-heavyweight champ's health, but acknowledged Tyson's right as an adult to make his own decisions.
Maybe that's a strategy too. I don't know.
Yeah. Punches himself out after 2 or 3 rounds, and then you just come in there and pick him apart. But I don't know. Like, and look, my hat's off to both of them for taking the fight, and I understand people's concerns for Mike and all that stuff. He's a grown man. If he wants to take that challenge, and medically they check him out and they say he's okay, like, let's go.
Conversely, concerns have been raised about Mike Tyson's well-being should he decide to fight Jake Paul. Mauricio Suleiman, the president of the WBC, warns that Tyson might regret his decision to return to the ring. He pointed out that Tyson's boxing career ended on a sour note, marked by poor physical condition and a particularly challenging period in his life. Mauricio Suleiman said, "Mike is a legend, and an unbelievable legend that has so many great things and is outstanding. He had a very ugly ending to his career in boxing, but he was out of shape and in a completely problematic stage of his life." Furthermore, Suleiman highlighted that during the lockdowns, when the world craved entertainment, Mike stepped up to the challenge by facing off against Roy Jones Jr. He looked impressive and delivered exactly what was anticipated, an exhibition match. Mike didn't aim to injure Roy, instead, it was a skillful showcase. However, Suleiman believes this bout with Jake Paul is a different scenario. He characterized Jake as a young, vigorous, and emerging fighter who has amassed a significant following on social media. Suleiman added, "This time with Jake Paul is different. He is a young, strong, upcoming fighter with great social media followers. And if it is an exhibition, then we have to support it. It is good for boxing. So let's support it and make it a great event for kids to look up to Mike Tyson and Jake Paul." Suleiman emphasized that each bout carries inherent dangers, irrespective of the fighter's age or any other variable, because a single punch can alter a life dramatically. He noted that the WBC is committed to doing everything possible to reduce risks for all participants when they step into the ring. He said, "Every fight is dangerous. Regardless of age, regardless of anything, one punch can change your life. We do our best effort at the WBC to minimize the risks for all fighters when they go into the ring. We have changed the sport in the last 60 years with so many medicals, precaution weigh-ins, the 15 to 12 rounds, the weigh-in the day before, and the gloves and ring." In his response to Mike Tyson's most recent training video, Joe Rogan cautioned Jake Paul about the enormous task that lay ahead of him.
It's weird that we're even talking about it.
100%.
That the guy from Disney is going to fight Mike Tyson, the YouTube kid.
Yeah, I know.
mean, Mike Tyson in his prime. Go back and watch some of those early days. He's just coming at you.
Yeah,
He's just moving. There's just so much to calculate. And bombs are coming your way, and you're trying to hit it with jabs.
Nonetheless, Mike Tyson's faith in his abilities and preparedness remains rock solid. Moreover, the boxing world has been taken aback by his extraordinary power and accuracy at 57, as evidenced by several of his training sessions. Consequently, UFC commentator Joe Rogan recently explored the nuances of Tyson's innovative training routine, with a particular focus on the application of electrical muscle stimulation. Rogan explained to Brian Simpson that this technique aids Tyson in recovering from injuries.
And he's also doing this very unique kind of training with electrical muscular stimulation that I've talked to some people that do that, and it has massive benefits of rehabilitating injuries. And it also, for a lot of people, gives them significant gains when they use it as opposed to just using weightlifting. I don't know too much about the science behind it. When Jamie comes back, we'll have him look it up, but You slap electrodes onto yourself. They like put these pads on you, and it's hooked up to a machine.
Joe Rogan noted that many individuals experience substantial benefits from this technique, often surpassing those achieved through traditional weightlifting alone. Although Rogan acknowledged his limited understanding of the underlying science, he described the method as involving the attachment of electrodes to the body. These electrodes are placed on the skin and linked to a device. Rogan elaborated that as the device sends electrical impulses to the muscles, people perform exercises such as squats and deadlifts. He highlighted that these workouts are conducted while connected to the muscle-stimulating apparatus.
And while the electricity is going into your muscles, you're doing exercises. So while you're getting jolted, you're doing squats and you're doing like deadlifts. You're doing all this while you're connected to this thing that's stimulating your muscle.
Additionally, the distinguished UFC commentator and popular podcaster expressed his conviction that Tyson still possesses the prowess and strength required to defeat Paul in the ring. Rogan explored the world of boxing, comparing Mike Tyson to iconic fighters such as Bernard Hopkins and George Foreman. Brian Simpson praised Tyson's choice to face Paul at 58, highlighting the determination and talent shown by Hopkins and Foreman, who continued to compete successfully into their late 40s.
These people that think that he don't stand a chance against Jake Paul, they're like, even like because he's too old. I was like, I think you're crazy.
In a conversation about Tyson's upcoming fight, Simpson highlighted that many people are overlooking Tyson's skills because of his age. Rogan disagreed, arguing that these doubters lack proper knowledge. He pointed out Bernard Hopkins as an example, noting that Hopkins and Archie Moore were the only fighters to remain competitive past the age of 50.
Because here's the thing, he is 57 years old. He will be 58 when they fight. He has had a long fighting career. He has been knocked out by massive men like Lennox Lewis and Evander Holyfield. You know, he's had a lot of blows, and you know it's long past the time where most people ever fight. You know, the only person that ever fought competitively after age 50 is Bernard Hopkins and Archie Moore.
Subsequently, he stated that he thought George Foreman defeated Michael Moore at the oldest age 46 to win the heavyweight title. Foreman smacked Moore with a flawless right hand, according to Rogan, who called it insane.
I think Foreman captured the heavyweight title at the age, which was 46 when he fought Michael Moore. He hit him with this perfect right hand. It was crazy.
It's worth emphasizing that Foreman was 45 years old when he faced Moore, securing the WBA and IBF heavyweight championships. Rogan pointed out that Foreman's victory made him the oldest boxer ever to win a title, noting the significant difference between 45-year-old fighters of the past and those of the present.
He knocked out Michael Moore. He was 45. So he was the oldest man ever to win the heavyweight title at age 45. And you got to realize, like, that's a real 45. That's not like a 45 today. The 45 today is 45 with testosterone replacement and human growth hormone and peptide.
The UFC commentator subtly suggested that Tyson's use of treatments and medications might significantly boost his performance, indicating that Iron Mike could be a more formidable opponent than previously thought.
Tyson, yeah, he's 57, but he got access to
everything.
Moreover, Joe Rogan dives deep into the strategic maneuvers necessary for Mike Tyson to secure an unexpected triumph against Jake Paul. Rogan sparks optimism among Tyson's followers by pointing out the surreal notion of a former Disney star stepping into the ring with the legendary Tyson. He muses that if Tyson could summon the ferocity of his prime and unleash a flurry of punches on his adversary, the spectacle would be nothing short of electrifying.
Tyson can have a flashback to the glory days. If there's just like a moment where he just
gotta land one,
sees a combination and empties it on him, that would be wild to watch.
Rogan emphasized that if Tyson could regain 70% of his former physical prowess while retaining roughly 90% of his devastating power, he would present a formidable challenge to any opponent. He highlighted that Tyson's sheer force remains palpable whenever he strikes a bag, showing no signs of decline.
He's physically capable of recapturing 70% of what he used to do. Just dealing with that with probably 90% of the power. 70% of the physical ability and 90% of the power, because the power is not gone. You see it when he hits a bag.
Yeah, he's still got the power.
The power's there, 100%.
On the flip side, Tyson stands firm in his belief in his enduring competitiveness, undeterred by the march of time. His final professional showdown traces back to 2005, where he bowed out during the 5th round against Kevin McBride. Despite his retirement, he made a nostalgic return to the squared circle in 2020, engaging in an exhibition clash with fellow icon Roy Jones Jr. The heavyweight heavyweight spectacle culminated in a tepid draw, leaving spectators hungry for a resurgence of electrifying action. But Tyson said, "I'm very much looking forward to stepping into the ring with Jake Paul. He's grown significantly as a boxer over the years, so it will be a lot of fun to see what the will and ambition of a kid can do with the experience and aptitude of a GOAT. It's a full circle moment that will be beyond thrilling to watch." Paul and Tyson have been putting in rigorous hours of training for their impending showdown, yet fans harbor doubts, speculating that the YouTuber might face a formidable challenge. A recent analysis of their training footage reveals Paul enduring punishing body blows from his adversary, only to rebound and exhibit his skillful maneuvers on the training pads. As Paul and Tyson engage in their training sessions, a stark contrast emerges in their approaches. Paul exudes a laid-back demeanor in sharp juxtaposition to Tyson's methodical precision. Every detail is meticulously scrutinized by Tyson throughout his intense regimen. Following this, the footage reveals 3 distinct scenes of Tyson, the once undisputed champion, collaborating with his current coach, Rafael Cordero, as they fiercely tackle the training pads. The response to Mike Tyson's latest training video has just been released, and it's not what you would have thought. Rafael Cordero, Tyson's trainer, has also gone into depth about the calculated measures he and his group are taking to improve their chances.
We have Erica, we have a Mike Angel, we have a James, we have Kiki's, Mike's wife, she takes care about everything. So it's a great team. It's a great team, and we're super excited. It's a professional team. It's not something then just like gonna be entertainment. No, it's gonna be a fight. This is why we truly believe. Ariel, the way I train Mike is the same way I train my boys to fight MMA, so there's no difference.
Even as Tyson navigates the challenges of advancing age and persistent sciatica, his team is dedicated to reframing his narrative. Instead of emphasizing his aging and physical limitations, they strive to highlight his enduring prowess against formidable odds.
Mike, as soon as people start talking about maybe let's do one more fight, he's already back in camp.
Oh, okay.
He's already in shape. He's already in shape. We cut a lot of things. We already start doing rounds in our training, so it's amazing to see the way he hit meets. He's a monster. What I can tell you, Mike is a monster. And the only thing I can guarantee, Mike's gonna touch Jay, 100%. It's gonna be impossible to Mike don't touch Jay.
Portraying the 2-time heavyweight champion as a force to be reckoned with, the coach stressed the commencement of training camp despite the fight being almost 4 months away. Cordero remarked, "Mike, he just hit the bags. He hit the mitts, did his strength condition. He has a group of people around him and is one of those guys that work with a lot of people around." He noted that the Warrior was already in excellent shape and that their focus was now entirely on improving their endurance. The coach added, "It's a great team and we are super excited. It's a professional team. It's not something that just likes to be entertainment. No, it's going to be a fight. This is why we truly believe in our area. The way I train Mike to fight is the same way I train my boys to fight." Building upon his statement, the esteemed coach, known for refining the abilities of many MMA hopefuls, is explaining a tactic that leverages the strength of Iron Mike while targeting the weaknesses of the problem child. Cordero added, "Panic. He will panic. That's the goal. Our goal is to keep Jake in panic the entire fight, or for as long as he can take it." Meanwhile, Campbell Hatton, the son of British legend Ricky Hatton, argues that the training clips showcasing Mike Tyson have fostered a mistaken belief among fans, suggesting that Tyson is adequately prepared to take on Jake Paul. Hatton said, "People are getting carried away because Tyson looks incredibly formidable in training videos, but people are justifying the fight based on his training prowess." Campbell Hatton suggests that these clips are strategically utilized to validate the forthcoming bout. Speculation has swirled, indicating that the footage predates his highly anticipated return match against Roy Jones Jr. in 2020. Here are some of Tyson's most recent training videos. Hatton, however, emphasized Tyson's advanced age and pointed out that despite his incredible punching power, 57-year-old Tyson still faces a significant challenge when it comes to fighting and taking hits. He lamented the harm that Tyson's impending demise would do to young fans who were captivated by his training routine. Hatton said, "If Jake Paul knocks him out due to Tyson's age and diminished resistance, it could mislead young fans. It might give the wrong impression to newcomers who've been introduced to boxing through YouTube." Along with Hatton, American promoter Chael Sonnen questions Mike Tyson's commitment as he prepares to make a boxing comeback. Sonnen expresses doubts about Tyson's commitment and speculates that the training videos he's seen online might be manufactured in order to get ready for his fight with Jake Paul.
Things within an industry that we would never reveal. You never expose the business, never. And that's becoming harder and harder because there's fewer and fewer things that still aren't exposed.
Despite all this, the recent release of Tyson's training footage has taken the boxing community by storm. The video, which quickly went viral, shows Tyson demonstrating remarkable agility and speed, characteristics that defined his illustrious career. Despite his age, Tyson's movements appear as sharp and powerful as ever, leaving fans in awe and sparking intense discussions about his upcoming bout with Jake Paul.
That's it.
One of the most striking aspects of the footage is Tyson's proficiency on the speed bag. The speed bag, a staple in a boxer's training regimen, is essential for developing hand-eye coordination, rhythm, and timing. Tyson's handling of the speed bag is nothing short of mesmerizing. His rapid punches create a rhythmic and hypnotic beat, demonstrating his enduring speed and precision. Each strike is delivered with the same intensity and accuracy that earned him the moniker Iron Mike during his prime.
When he was jabbing, now she's moving, flipping the jab for the final uppercuts. So you can anticipate the combination.
Make sure to check out some of our other videos on the screen if you enjoyed this one.